Hold on, Mermaid. I gotta tell. Hey, and Santana, hold on, wait, bring it in real quick. Hey guys, Andrew Wilson's in the request box, so I don't know if we're gonna. He's watching us on YouTube right now, but it's up to you guys. Just
Who's
saying.
Andrew Wilson?
He runs this really big YouTube channel called the Crucible, and he's like he likes debating, but yeah, he's a very far right MAGA dude. Me and Santana's debated him a few times, but
Oh, is that the weird guy
it
that?
get a little bit dicey if it
Oh
gets
yeah,
upset.
no, bring him,
Stay
bring him
right
up.
here.
Okay, all right. No, hey, I just
I
had
want
to
to
warm
meet
this up.
him.
Yeah, I just want to.
Andrew,
What's up, man?
Hello, how are you? Two rules.
Hi, can
You
state
mute, you
your age, where you're
lose.
from,
If you
and
mute,
who
you lose. You kick, you lose.
You don't set the
hello, I'm
rules.
Just saying.
speaking.
Weirdo.
You
Hey,
mute, you
I
lose.
don't care about your rules.
You-
Age
don't
is
set the
41. I'm
rules,
from
weirdo.
Michigan.
We weren't
Hey.
even trying to be disrespectful. We were just telling you hi. That's all.
I would like for you to have some type of coof. You might never have had that before. You may not know what that word means, but maybe
What's
like
it
a little
mean?
decorum. Can you state your age, where you're from, and who you voted for?
Yeah, I'm from Michigan. I'm 41. I
What
can't.
happened?
You keep muting me. I can't my
I'm not touching
your
my
mod
phone,
must have
darling.
done it then. But
Oh.
yeah, anyway, so
Hey,
I'm
just
40,
chilling. We're good.
41. I'm from Michigan, and I voted for Donald Trump.
Okay. Why'd you vote for Donald Trump?
Well, I actually came up to argue MAGA is the definition of insanity, which is your prompt. Are you willing to engage in that by telling me what insanity is and how MAGA fits the definition of that?
Do you feel as though you're insane?
That's answering my question with a question. Can you answer my question?
Do you feel as though you're
Can
insane?
you answer my question? How is MAGA the definition of insanity? Can you please answer
Told you
me?
he's about to get started right now, guys.
Do you feel as though you're insane?
I don't. Do you keep asking me a question instead of answering my question? It's your
'Cause it's
prompt.
pissing you
MAGA
off.
is the definition of insanity.
Because
Can
you
you?
came on my live like you owned something.
Are you gonna
so
answer?
I'm gonna let you know that you don't.
So you can't answer.
So
You can't answer.
I'm
You
going
did come
to
up
say
here
what I
kind of hot, to
want.
be honest.
Yeah, you
You
can't.
kinda
You
come
can't
up here
He's
kinda
answer.
hot.
very hostile, and I match energy.
You can't. You can't
That's
answer.
the part. That's the
Okay.
part that he may not know or may not understand.
Yeah, you're real tough
so
with a
I'm
mute
gonna
button.
Continuously match.
You're such a
energy.
savage
So
with a
you feel
mute
as though
button.
You're insane.
You're so
So
savage
I'll-
with a mute
I'll
with a
say
mute
this,
button.
just
So
to
savage.
Kind of moving along, if it's okay with you, Mermaid. I mean,
Absolutely.
I'll give the specific definition: the state of being seriously mentally ill, madness, or extreme foolishness or irrationality. I definitely think that falls into the category of people who claim to be MAGA. You see that in multiple instances when there's cognitive dissonance. You have certain people that, when Donald Trump was not president, still proclaiming him to be president and actually saying that he was secretly running the military while Joe Biden actually ran as the president. I mean, that's, serious a mental disconnection. But then you talk about extreme foolishness or being irrational, and those same people who literally erect gold statues of Donald Trump and dress up in Donald Trump paraphernalia and continue to actually spread the quote unquote gospel of Donald Trump. You have certain people who we speak with
Bible.
on a daily basis who talk about how much they love Donald Trump. They call Donald Trump their daddy, their words, and then they continue to actually praise him no matter what the situation is, where you can literally say, well, this is something that Joe Biden said, and they can say, oh, it's a horrible thing, and then you follow it up, well, that was actually Donald Trump, and they immediately switch and say, well, it's okay. So I think those factors actually
Can you
cause MAGA to fall
actually
into
demonstrate it?
MAGA falls into the category of being insane.
Yeah, can you demonstrate that MAGA's actually insane? That they're
I
in a severe
literally just
state of
gave you
mental.
specific
Hang on,
examples.
hang on.
I
Let me
literally- I
ask the
literally just
question.
said-
Let me ask the question.
So are you referring
Mental
to
illness, severe
do
mental
we
illness.
Actually, are we medically diagnosing each individual?
Yeah, are they
No.
severely?
No,
Is
we're
MAGA
not
severely
medically
mentally ill?
No, we're as a collective group, yes.
And
as a
muted again.
collective group.
Like I'm not even allowed to ask the question.
Hold on one second. I don't know who's muting, but Mermaid, can you ask your mods or whoever, please stop muting
Yeah,
him?
guys, don't touch him. Let him.
We're good. We got this. We
Yeah,
can
yeah.
have- we
So
can have
let's
this,
just
yeah.
start one step at a time. When you're talking about mental illness, a state of being, or you're saying that insanity is a state of being seriously mental ill. Madness would be the definition.
Mentally ill,
Can
madness,
you go ahead and
And
prove
there's
that
another one,
MAGA? Hang on. Let me
extremely
ask the
foolish or
question. Let me
irrationality.
just ask the question.
I wanted to make sure that I finished it. You didn't finish the actual,
Yeah, I know,
points, but go
because
ahead.
I'm breaking the definition down one step at a time. So definitions can allude to multiple things. In this case, we're talking about
Are definitions
seriously
descriptive
mentally
or
ill.
prescriptive?
They're descriptive. So anyway, mentally
good. Just
ill.
wanna make
When
sure
you're
we
talking
got
about
the 7,
mental illness, is MAGA mentally ill? Can you demonstrate that?
Yeah, again, I gave you specific examples of the cognitive
Those are individuals,
dissonance
not
that
MAGA.
certain people exactly. It's a collective.
Oh,
state.
great. So
When you
then
have-
liberals are mentally
when you
ill if I can
have-
point out
when
mental
you have
illness of liberals.
When you have multiple people that actually believe the same exact thing. Hey, Andrew, how many people believe the big lie?
What's the big lie?
You know exactly what the big lie is.
I don't know. What is
do
it?
that. You're being disingenuous.
Why do you think that I can read your mind, dude?
No, because you know the big lie, as it's colloquially known, is Donald Trump talking about the 2020 election being stolen from him. And again, as a collective group, MAGA actually said that the 2020 election was stolen from Donald Trump. Donald Trump still proclaims that as of today, but when Donald Trump actually was elected again, most MAGA supporters finally let that go, and now
I'm actually willing to
Joe
grant.
Biden won it.
So I'm actually willing to grant. Let us assume for a moment that MAGA, all of them collectively, had a false belief. Let's just say it was in something that you might think was even more silly, perhaps God. Maybe they had a collective belief in something like God, and you thought that that was delusional. Can you actually demonstrate that that's them being mentally ill or severely mentally ill or having madness? Them believing even something you think is a lie doesn't mean that they're mentally ill, sir. Can you demonstrate that portion of it?
Okay, so I just want to step in for
Go
a
ahead,
second.
Mermaid.
When I'm speaking about MAGA, when I'm speaking specifically about MAGA, I'm not talking about all Republicans, right? Because I've had very many conversations with Donald Trump supporters who can actually hold a conversation, who actually come with facts. They understand what they're talking about, right? I'm speaking about people who blindly follow this man and every single thing that he does. Everything that he does, they will follow and they will say that it's okay. At some point, when you are not mentally capable of understanding right from wrong, just in
But wouldn't you just
any
apply that to
sense,
all
then
partisan
yes,
hacks?
That would be.
Well,
Wouldn't you just
insanity.
apply that to all partisan hacks? So the left, you would say, would
No.
also fit the definition of insanity? If I could point to
No, I
partisan
would
hacks
not.
who followed leftist agendas, which were insane?
well, I would say. Well,
No,
I would
why
say
not?
also-
How's that consistent?
Wait, so can I just look? Okay, so.
How is that consistent?
What-
Let her answer, dude. How is that consistent?
Bro, I wasn't raising my voice
Because
at you. Man,
I have, me personally, in my experience, have never met a person on the left who will blindly follow after anyone. We will condemn someone when they have a problem or when they are doing something that we do not agree with. Whereas MAGA specifically
Yeah.
will not condemn anything that man does. If he goes outside and on a stick and hands it to you guys, you will say it's the greatest thing in the world. Specific people.
So your actual position is
MAGA.
that leftists do not follow trains of propaganda and aren't partisan hacks, but rather all of them judge independently in an unbiased way?
Do you feel as though this fits you? Do you feel as though this fits you? Because
What does that have to do with
A
anything?
hit dog is gonna holler.
What does that have to do with
Do
anything?
you feel as though that you are?
I think it applies to you.
Hello, I'm speaking.
I'm answering your
down.
question.
Thank you.
I feel like it applies to you.
Stop speaking over me.
Oh my God, you're a strong woman. Tell me how strong you are. With the there's the mute button, strong woman.
Yeah, it is a mute button because the thing about it is I don't let men
Because
speak over me.
because
It's
you
not gonna
can't
start with
you can't
Hey,
handle
hey,
it.
hey,
Can't
hey,
handle.
Hey, I
Can't
need
handle
to
debate.
start with
There
you.
we go.
Hey,
Done.
hey,
Handle it.
hey.
Disconnected.
Hey, I need for you to understand something. I could care less